What is up, Broski Nation? It's BroskiPlays, and yesterday a lot of new info regarding the Binding of Isaac final expansion Repentance has finally reached the surface during the first day of PAX West held in Seattle. Because just as last year, Nicholas and the crew was back again, showing off the progress they made of Repentance. But not only were people able to play the expansion themselves for 10 minutes, Tyrone also did a livestream of Repentance with Kilburn on Twitch and answered some questions regarding the upcoming expansion. Me myself, I tried to get some exclusive gameplay to show to you guys. I got lucky because a Twitter user with the name Snozzle went to PAX West and recorded some gameplay from the booth, which shows some brand new info about today's expansion. So be sure to give this guy a follow and also check his Twitch out as he streams as well. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, without further ado, let's check out the exclusive gameplay from Snozzle for all you guys. Right off the bat, we can confirm that the Scooper returns in Repentance and acts the same way as before. This is pretty surprising, considering that there already is a familiar in Afterbirth Plus that is also an eye familiar. But instead of an orbital, this one goes around in a diagonal line, leaves creep behind and does contact damage. And here we can see a brand new putter that goes crossing towards Isaac, which seems to be a brand new enemy for mines. Also, you can see that the lights suddenly go off and Isaac changes into the Lost. This is due to it being a PAX West exclusive demo, and it's also so that everyone who is waiting can have a chance to play. Now here we can see that the Great Gideon is back again in Repentance, but as you may notice, the boss now has a brand new boss bar. This boss bar tells the player how many waves of enemies they have to win in order to defeat the Great Gideon. This is a welcome change, as some players were really confused on what to do when they first met this boss. And that's the end of that run, but we have one more clip to get through. Alright, so here we see Samson and Isaac in Downpour. We can already confirm that co-op is in Repentance, and that the UI for it has been changed drastically. So first we see a new line which divides the items from both players. Next up we see a brand new fatty looking enemy who walks around slowly in the room and fires a bunch of tears at the player. We can also see Tiny Toma and what looks like a new sprite for teardrops, but I'm not 100% sure. And finally, this also confirms that there won't be a 100% chance to get 2 items in the treasure rooms for the anti-birth floors. Alright, so with that done, let's go check out the list of stuff that the Binding of Isaac Reddit found out in last night's stream from Tyrone and Kilburn. True co-op is now in the game. In the demo build, a flashing press red icon appears top of screen during a game. Found HUD displays both character stats. Co-op baby still available as an option to spawn as. The currently active room cursor is indicated by an icon under the minimap. Repentance floors no longer always have treasure rooms with 2 choices, unlike Anti-Birth. New coin pickup sound, new skeleton death sound, new brimstone sound for items and enemies. Repentant floors use different and new boss music. Demon beggars can no longer be activated with invisibility frames. Creep mode can now use alt floors, example see Necropolis, and now uses the proper music for the floor. The slow status effect appears to be changed, seems more functional in slowing down enemies in their animations. Maggie's starting pill no longer a guaranteed speed up, observed to give an HP up in one instance. Graphical, the starting room doodles now show proper controls for keyboard and controller beneath doodles. Several enemy and bosses now have several new graphic effects when firing blood, the Horv and Monstro, and new particles upon death, dust when stonies and hard hosts die. Life bombs now have animated fuses, key pickups now sparkle, hard pickups now flash red, pedestal items now emit a small shadow on the pedestal beneath them, puff of smoke when opening chests, more pronounced smoke effect when doors spawn like the Devil Deal doors, champions when spawned in have their spawning smoke color the same as they are, extinguishable fire entities like those spawned by flaming fatties now flash in color, the spot on in between floor nightmares now animates on at the beginning and the eyes in the background gradually open, new sprite for Maggie's hair seems to be inspired by her 4 Souls artwork, brimstone costume, spider mod HP bars changes its color from green, orange to red as its health lowers, boss HP bar starts blue, crispy enemies, Cyclopia enemies and hard host enemies from Anti-Birth. Monsters. New Dross enemies, mulligan type enemy that chases Isaac and spits lingering gas clouds, lobs and slow ipecac shots when killed. Unknown Claudia variant was killed before they can attack. New enemy composed of a head and guts slowly follows Isaac, and after being slightly damaged the head splits from the guts and ricochets around the room, leaving a trail of slippery creep. May chase Isaac after it slows down. Guts continue to spill projectiles for a few seconds. Round dip variant rolls around with AI similar to dips, can suddenly change direction. Downpour enemies, blurb, bubbles, prey and small leeches also appear within Dross with a greener Dross themed sprite. Lil Bub also can appear in Dross as a boss with a greenier sprite when he does, has new attacks when he skips and slams across the floor a few times to spread projectiles. Dross boss, which is Clark from last year's demo, remains in the center of the room, spawns those round dip enemies, can shoot in a spiral pattern, can create a whirlpool that drags the player and enemies around and can emit a shock shockwave that creates poops and corny poops. Presumed tickling a spider alt seen in mines drops 3 troll bombs upon death. Basic green conga flies appears to group together in lines. Normal hawks appear to sometimes spawn as alternate spinning ones that rotate and spit projectiles when hit, akin to downpour subwolves. Ulcers now lob their projectiles instead of shooting them straight, and a new trap button that kills all enemies in room when pressed was used in a room with a huge amount of bounces. New items: returning from anti-birth, the booster pack, the intruder, the scooper, fortune cookie, red steel, battery pack, dirty mind, a bar of soap, sulfur, mom's bracelet, tiny toma and birdcage, and rare key was spotted in Repentance new official artwork. Booster pack now gives 5 cards instead of 3. New item Tropper Cinnamon, which is tier size and range up, and new item Dreamcatcher, which is Sweet Dreams, passive, and has still unknown effects. Okay, that's all. Now there will be another stream of Repentance tonight on Tyrone's Twitch, so be sure to follow him so you don't miss it when he's live. A link to his Twitch will be in the description. And with that, this was BroskiPlays, and I see you guys all next time. Thanks for watching and stay broski.